Hello friends and welcome to another video lesson from DVOSL. If you haven't subscribed yet, please click subscribe and click the bell so that you can be notified of new uploads. This video is in the playlist called Linux Tutorial, and here we'll be getting to know about the find command of Linux. So as the name suggests, it is a command used to find files, mostly files, and sometimes also directories, okay? And we can talk about symbolic links later on, but just focus that is mainly used, primarily used for finding files and also directories. Okay, the syntax for that command is like this. So find and then the path. As you know, in a previous video, I talked about relative path and absolute path. So that's the path I'm referring to, which is the path which leads you to a file that you're looking for. So find the path and then the conditions, which you will see later on, as well as the actions that you want to be done by the command itself. Okay, so let's just look at, there are a couple of variations or applications of the find command, but we'll be focusing on a few of them just for you to have an understanding. Okay, so the first is searching by name, which is the most commonly used way of using the find command. All right. So number one, let's just say we're looking for an exact name, meaning exact file name. Now, if you remember our pwd command, then we use it to know our current location. So we're at the current, the home directory. And let's just say I wanted to find a file, find dot, oh no, dot one, this. Okay, so let's look at the syntax over here. So here you have the find command, and then the dot, if you remember me mentioning this previously in some other video, it refers to the current directory, your current location. So I'm telling Linux, look for this file, look for the file with this file name. Okay, that's the meaning of this. And start finding at the current location. The current location is the one which is the value of the pwd, print working directory, which is, in my case right now, this is my home directory. Okay, so I want Linux to start looking for this file, the file with this file name, the ones inside or enclosed in the double quotations, and it should be, start looking for it at the current location, which is this. Okay, so I'll execute this now. And it found one file with that file name, exact file name, starting a search from my current location all the way to any subdirectories that it finds along the way. Okay, so it only found one file name with, one file with this file name, starting the search from the current location, which is this one, and all the way deeper into whatever subdirectories there may be. Okay, so that is the first example. The second is that, let's say maybe you wanted to use a wildcard character. Okay, so let's just put it here. So using wildcard character, which is something you must be familiar with if you're using even Windows, especially when you're working on it at the command line on the DOS prompt, then you would have heard of the wildcard character, which is the asterisk. Okay, so let's just say you're looking for a file and you're looking for not just a specific file, but all files that are ending with the extension txt. Now, again, why am I using dot? This is the starting position, okay, the path from which you want the find to start looking for the file. So in this case, I'm looking for a file with this name pattern. It's not exactly that file name because I'm using a wildcard, which is asterisk, meaning anything followed by a .txt. That's all I'm interested in. Okay, any file which ends with these characters, .txt in lowercase, and then start finding it from my current location, which I have shown you earlier to be my home directory /home/dbos. So if I execute this now, Linux finds 3 files. Why is it 3? Because I'm using a wildcard, and it so happened it found 3 such files matching this pattern. .txt is the ending. Okay, it ends in this. So it found 3 such files. Okay. Now let's do something else. Earlier we were searching using the name, but this time we'll be searching using the type of the file. So let's just say if we wanted to, let's say, search for files only, okay? So we will do something like this. Find ./type f. Okay, f is file. Of course, the type is file. Now, don't be confused. We don't need this part of the command here to be always dot. It could be slash, it could be this, whatever is the path from which you want the find command to start searching, that's what you put in here. Okay, so it could be this, which is the root directory. But the bad thing about using the root directory as a starting position or a starting path for doing the find is that it will take you the longest time, because you're beginning from, it's like you're telling the OS or Linux to search through the whole file system for the file you're looking for. Okay, so it's not a good idea unless you're really desperately looking for that file. Okay, so let's just say find name /type f. So I'm looking for, not based on file name, but based on type. The file type must be f, which is file, meaning it's not a directory and it's not a link. Okay, no, sorry, I shouldn't have name there. Okay. Okay, so again, the find command, I'm telling Linux to start finding at my current position. Okay, and then the parameter is this. Its type should be file. It should be a file, not a directory. So all these that have been found are files. Okay, this one and this one. So these are files. Okay, so in fact, the one with starts with the dot is a hidden file. Okay, those are hidden files. The example, this one is a hidden file. This one is a hidden file. So these are files, and it's because of what I have specified in the find command, which is this. Okay, so let's try another one. Also using the file type command. Okay, so this time I'll only be looking for directories. Okay, directories only. Again, directories are folders if you're not familiar with the word directories, with the term. Okay, so again, we'll be using the find command, of course. And like I said, you can use whatever path you want, but in my case, I just want to make it easy and not take so long for the find command to fire and execute. So, but you can actually put in here any kind of path. If it's root, it will be very bad because it will be starting at the very root of the root directory, which is a slash, and it will take the longest time to find whatever you're looking for. Okay, so in my case, I'll just choose the dot, and then I'll say the type is D. So I'm telling Linux to find objects of type directory D, okay? Starting from my current location, current directory, which is the single dot. And it's showing me the directories it has found starting from this current location, okay? So we haven't covered so much, but the find command is can be used in multiple of ways, like finding based on M time, finding based on size. We can talk about it anytime in some subsequent videos, but for now, bear in mind actually that the find command is used the most when looking for files. I mean, based on a file name. Seldom would you use it to find based on a date, although you would, but the most number of times you'll be using it is finding something or a file based on its file name. Okay, thank you for watching and listening. If you haven't subscribed yet, please click subscribe, and I'll be seeing you in the next video.